What's up, guys? I'm JJ.
I'm Angel.
I'm Jack.
And this is PM Football. The Giants had the number one pick in their hand, and the only thing they couldn't do was win. And guess what? They won.
They sure did.
How do you feel?
Yeah, as a Giants fan, how are you feeling right now?
Well, it's messed us up the past couple of years. We could have had Jaden Daniels last year.
2nd and goal, 10 seconds. Daniels fires, end zone, touchdown!
If we didn't beat you guys.
Yeah.
We could have had Chase Young. Well, Chase Young's not good anymore, but at the moment,
Before his knees exploded.
in the moment, Chase Young was the best prospect we've seen in a while. Yeah. So we messed that up too. We always just find a way to go from the top to the, not the bottom, but like it's just moving down draft picks, which is it just messes up every year for us.
At this point, you guys have the 4th overall pick. Do you think a quarterback could fall to you guys? Because right now ahead of you, it's the Patriots, Titans, and Browns. Obviously, the Patriots don't necessarily need a quarterback.
I think one of those teams are taking a quarterback, and it's the Browns.
I think the Titans.
I don't think the Titans are taking. I don't think they're done with Will Levis yet. As much as they should, and they probably should, but they're not going to. I don't think they will. I don't think they're gonna. There's other skill players or offensive linemen they can take that will to either protect or get weapons for Will Levis.
But do you think Will Levis is a franchise quarterback?
No, but I also didn't think Daniel Jones was a franchise quarterback, and we kept him for 4 years.
And guess what? He wasn't. So, why wouldn't the Titans be taking one?
Well, we did a bad job surrounding Daniel Jones with weapons.
No, but don't act like you think Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones was never the answer.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they give Will Levis at least some weapons, they can find out quickly if he's worth it or not, and they can, if they're picking high next year, they'll get.
I know, but what if they mess up and don't pick one of these guys that could end up being a good quarterback?
But this isn't the year that you should be doing that. I feel like the Titans don't have a horrible roster. Like the Giants have a horrible roster, so they need to start from the ground up. But
Today, Junior!
Titans need to add weapons and O-linemen and weapons to their offense and defense other than just quarterback. I don't think quarterback's their biggest need.
So while we're at it, what is it? Patriots, Titans, Browns right now?
Patriots, Titans, Browns.
These are all the teams that have 3 losses on the season? Or the Giants?
3 wins.
3 wins?
These 4 teams have 3 wins right now and are all tied.
The Giants do too?
Yes.
But they're currently the 4th pick.
Yes.
So in that order, Patriots.
It's in that order. Right now, the Patriots have the 1st overall pick. Then it's the Titans, Browns, and Giants.
So if you're the Patriots, what are you doing with the 1st pick?
Me, personally, I would trade back because I feel like Drake May is their starting quarterback for the future. And kind of side note, I think all 5 rookie quarterbacks that have played right now are the answer for their teams. So if I'm the Patriots, I would trade back to the highest bidder and let them fight out what quarterback they want.
And I could see the Giants being a team that trades.
What are you willing to give up to get to the 1st overall pick for the Patriots?
Well, if we're at 4, I mean, it's still going to be a lot, but our 1st rounder this year, 2nd rounder this year, 1st rounder next year probably as well.
What?
To draft a quarterback in a class that you just said, I don't know if this is the year to draft a quarterback.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a lot to move up 3 spots.
I would stay. I don't want to move up. If it's 3 spots and it's going to cost that much.
Yeah.
But then there's also teams behind us like the Raiders, other teams like that that'll trade up in front of us and get a quarterback. When this is the year the Giants need to take a quarterback. If we don't take a quarterback, first of all, the Giants fans are going to be insanely upset.
Mind-boggling.
Kirk Cousins will be available.
Brock Purdy could potentially be available.
I think it would be really dumb if the 49ers end up moving on from Brock Purdy.
Sam Darnold could potentially be available.
Maybe.
But I don't think he's ever stepping foot in New York again.
Seen ghosts.
I wouldn't if I were him.
Well, if I'm the Patriots, I am probably also going to trade back because you can still get somebody very valuable moving back 4 or 5 picks. It's actually a pretty talented draft class.
Just in great of capital.
Yeah.
You could get so much draft capital if you end up moving out of that one spot and you have your quarterback of the future.
Especially for a team like the Pats. The Pats' number one need, obviously, is the offensive line. The offensive linemen in this class are right now probably anywhere between 5 and 10.
So I'm not, from the 2 I've seen, I'm not that big a fan.
But I'm saying, you can get one of them still from the 5 to the 10th pick.
Yeah,
if you can trade back to 8 from the number 1 pick, you're netting a lot of capital.
Or even hypothetically, let's say the Giants do end up trading to the first overall pick and you're at 4. You could probably get the best receiver in the class at 4.
Yeah, but I
with
think
Drake May.
I think if I'm the Pats, and so I'm gonna go on to mine, I would trade back too. And if you're trading, all right, start with that. If you're trading back, what are you targeting?
I think it all depends how far I'm trading back and like who's on the board. But like, let's say hypothetically it is.
Well, I mean, let's say
4.
you're the Pats and you have a plan in place.
Mm-hmm.
If you are the Pats, who do you want? Like,
I want a weapon. Who? Like right now, T-Mac is my wide receiver 1.
Okay,
as
so
of now,
if you were the Pats, you would want T-Mac.
Yeah.
Over an offensive lineman.
Yeah. I would. I think he is more dangerous than the 2 offensive linemen I've seen in this class so far.
I'm a big believer in building the offensive line before building or getting weapons.
And I usually am as well, but I think just from what I've seen, I trust that T-Mac could be a star in this league, and I could get solid starters later in the draft, if not in free agency, through the offensive line.
Now, I'm kind of thinking the opposite. I would go best offensive lineman first round because I don't think the class is as deep in the later rounds as for linemen as it is for receiver. I think receiver is a little deeper later into the draft as compared to an offensive lineman.
I just don't think the 2 offensive...
That's what I'm saying.
So
though.
the
Like,
2 offensive linemen right now that everyone's talking about is Kelvin Banks and Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Right now, personally, Kelvin Banks is my 1. I just don't have him rated higher than T-Mac is.
No, I don't either. But I'm saying if I'm the Patriots, I need to draft an offensive lineman.
I get that. And I don't necessarily disagree with it.
Because
you should build through the trenches because that's how you win and lose games.
They probably just go best player available, like whatever.
That's what
whoever
I
the
think
best
they're
player
going
on
to
the
do.
board is.
Especially if you're going to get all that draft capital, like I feel like you can just go with the best player available at that point because they need so much. Like they have nothing anywhere.
Yeah. No, I mean, I personally would trade back to. I would go to as far as 10.
I would not get out of the top 10 if I'm the Patriots.
I mean, I'm saying at least 2-10. I could go to 10.
Yeah,
and still feel comfortable in taking an offense. I still feel like a couple, or if not both of them, at least one of them are going to still be there.
If I'm the Patriots, I'm not leaving the top 10.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. But I'm saying I'd feel comfortable going to 10 because I feel like one of the linemen would still be there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Anyway, the Giants are a dumpster fire.
No, we're going to keep going.
With what?
The Patriots. So we went with the Patriots. Now who's the next team? The Titans?
I mean, yeah, we could go Titans, sure. I don't know if the Titans end up getting the first overall pick. What would you guys do?
You were
I don't think the Titans can unless they.
No,
we'll say hypothetically because these 4 teams all have 3 wins.
They would have to lose and everyone else would win.
Yeah, so like hypothetically.
But I'm saying, so you were the one saying that. No, I was the one saying the Titans could draft a quarterback. What would you do if the Titans ended up with the first pick? If you were the Titans, I think they're the team that needs.
Well, if they have the first pick, they're taking a quarterback. I don't think you can do anything else. There's nobody else worth picking with the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, but right now they would have the second pick.
Well, we're talking about if they have the first pick.
No, I know, but I'm saying if your whole argument is if they end up with the first pick, they have to take a quarterback.
Well, yeah.
Why does it matter if they have the second pick?
Because at the first pick, I really don't think the Patriots are keeping this pick if they're picking number 1. It's going to be a team that needs a quarterback, and if they take the quarterback that you want,
I see where he's coming from.
But at the same time, I really don't think the Titans are going to take a quarterback. I would be surprised if the Titans. I could see them going up for a quarterback later in the draft, but I don't know, especially with this quarterback class. I don't know if they're willing to, especially when you already have Will Levis and you could still work up with him and still try to improve him somehow. So I feel like you're more comfortable doing that than trying to rebuild your entire roster with a new quarterback.
Am I crazy to think that I would trade back in this spot too?
I was going to say, I would say if I'm picking number 1 with the Titans, I might trade back as well.
I just feel like what they need are weapons. I feel like they're almost in the same boat as the Patriots. I'm not saying Will Levis is the answer. The Patriots obviously have an answer in Drake May. Mm-hmm. But in a class where the quarterbacks aren't standing out off tape as like, oh my God, this guy's really the first pick in the draft. If there's a guy that gets drafted number 1 overall as a quarterback, everyone's consensus, yeah, this guy's the number 1 player in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the time, that's the case.
Yeah.
This year, it's not the case. Travis Hunter is, by a lot of people, the consensus number 1 player in the draft, right? Would you agree with that?
That's what it seems like. I may not necessarily agree with it, but that's what a lot of people are saying.
But the consensus for right now,
Yeah.
like, a lot of times it's not the case of a position player being the first pick.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can get the guy that's number 1 on the draft everyone's draft board at 3, I would definitely consider trading back.
Yeah, I see your point. I was never a Will Levis fan. Like, I never liked him.
I was never a Will Levis fan either.
If I'm the Titans, I'm definitely drafting the quarterback I believe will take this franchise to the next level. I mean, I just think it's that simple.
I don't think that's a wrong answer. I just don't feel like, especially with a non-strong quarterback class, that it's a big risk to take a quarterback when you already have one that's
It's a big risk having Will Levis be your quarterback.
But he already has NFL experience.
No, I get what he's saying. No,
and
like,
and if you did say that Shedeur Sanders might have to sit a whole year.
I think Cam Ward. I have Cam Ward above Shedeur Sanders, but I would sit him for a year.
You would sit both of them for a year.
I think I would start Shedeur day 1 and have Cam Ward
no.
sit.
So
a year.
I think I see what he's trying to say, and how am I going to try to put this? Do you feel comfortable, like fully comfortable, that either one of these quarterbacks in this class are the answer for a franchise quarterback?
Not as confident as I am in other draft classes.
No, but so that's my point is that, and I think that's the point he's trying to make is why wouldn't you just stick with Will Levis where there is potentially still a chance? I don't think there is.
But that's what I'm saying. Personally, I don't think he doesn't.
I know,
have a
but
chance.
why would you waste a pick again of doing the same exact thing that you're in right now?
Because I would take Shedeur or Cam Ward over Will Levis any day.
But who do the Titans have that are making Will Levis like that can make Will Levis look good right now?
When you could be drafting a Travis Hunter. And I'm not saying
who's going to throw to Travis?
Nick Westbrook.
Wait. No, Travis Hunter ain't even going to play
I know, that's
receiver.
what I'm saying. But if you can draft Travis Hunter and stack that defense up, it's going to be a lot easier to play quarterback on that team when your defense is really good.
I don't know. I just think
at that
banking
point,
on a rookie corner to completely help change your franchise.
it's not just that. Like, they're going to get L'Jarius Sneed back next year. With L'Jarius Sneed and Travis Hunter might
coming
be
off of injuries.
I mean, they kind of just shut him down for the year. He wasn't like injured.
I just feel like this isn't the year for the Titans to take a quarterback when their roster's already decent. I would say their roster's already decent. So like, if you can figure out maybe bring in some competition for Will Levis in free agency, like bring in a free agent quarterback that can push him a little bit. Even if Will Levis doesn't start, like you have another quarterback option. I don't think a rookie quarterback's the answer for them. I don't think that they have the time to build around a rookie quarterback.
I think that is my honest answer for every team that needs a quarterback. I'm going, and this year, I think this is the best possible case scenario that free agency is before the draft.
Yeah,
you can go get a guy in free agency and then decide, hey, do we need to draft one?
Yeah,
I think, and it turns out that this quarterback class could be solid in free agency. Like if Sam Darnold hits the market, if Kirk Cousins hits the market. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is very good, but he's a serviceable quarterback. Even though he didn't play great for the Falcons, they had 8 wins. Like they won 8 games.
Yeah.
If Brock Purdy's a free agent, it changes so many things for every team.
I think that the Niners are going to be a team just from now on that are like, our system is better than everybody else's system, and we can bring in a quarterback. I mean, look what happened.
Yeah,
with
but
Josh
how many
Dobbs
Super Bowls has that given them?
I know. I think they're just comfortable with that and not having to spend on a quarterback.
Kyle Shanahan's kind of fighting for his job.
He is. I've said it. I've said this for years now. And if I get hate for it, is what it is. He's the most overrated head coach in the entire league. I'm not saying he's bad.
I don't think that's a wild
He's
statement.
a B+ head coach. He's a great play caller. Great. If he was an OC, the best OC in the league, better than Ben Johnson. He's a B+ head coach.
No,
he's not.
I agree,
that.
but that's just how they think. They think that
That's fine. If
no, but I think that's how that might play out. That they're just like, all right,
fine.
whatever. We took Brock Purdy with the last pick in the draft, and look what we did with him.
That-
Imagine if
that's
we draft
fine.
a quarterback in the second round. Imagine what we can do with
they
the
could
talent in
keep
the second round.
doing what they're doing, and the same results will happen. You have no reins.
No, but
It
like,
is what it
let me
is.
put it this way: if you are the Niners, right? Mm-hmm. And I know this is going to be a terrible example for you because you hate this guy. But let's say you're the Niners. Quinn Ewers declares for the draft. Mm-hmm. You take Quinn Ewers in late second, third round. Mm-hmm. You're telling me he couldn't produce in that offense?
I mean, maybe he could, but I don't
He's
know.
almost set up perfectly for that offense.
But you're gonna bank on a second or third round quarterback to
Exactly.
They
change
took
the team.
Brock Bowers with the last pick in the draft, and look
Me,
what they.
Brock
Brock
Purdy.
Purdy.
Yeah, whatever. Not Brock Bowers is.
But who else did they have a
But-
quarterback that year?
Huh?
Who was their quarterback that year?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Exactly.
And they just paid him. And I think they're scarred from that. They're like, Jimmy Garoppolo was never the guy that was like deserving of that contract. And then they bring a guy like Brock Purdy, and they're like, oh, wait a second. He can do the same
Well,
thing.
it wasn't
in our
even supposed to
offense.
be either of them because they gave up their
then
entire
Trey
future
Lance.
for Trey
Trey
Lance,
Lance.
and he became a bum. Well, I never liked him either.
He was the opposite of what that offense did. So that's why it didn't work out. That's what I'm saying. I think they're very comfortable with taking a guy like Quinn
I'm
Ewers.
saying that's fine. I'm saying that's fine. You're just doing the same thing you keep on doing, and where has it gotten you?
I know.
Yeah, you've made playoff runs and all that. That's all cool. You don't have a ring to show for it, so keep doing what you're doing. Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah. I mean,
And especially everyone on your roster is getting older and hurt. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
I mean,
It's better
yeah.
for my team.
We got a little bit off topic there. We were talking about what were we even talking about? Brock Purdy
Titans.
becoming a free agent.
Well, now we should probably move to the Browns.
Yeah, we should. We were talking about the Titans for a while. Either way, what's our final answer? I think they need
Titans.
to draft first overall. If they get the first overall pick,
If they have the first
I
overall
think
pick,
they draft a quarterback.
If they get the first overall pick, I'm trading back. Not very far though, because I want Travis Hunter.
All right.
I would do the same. I would trade back, but if I'm staying there, I'm just taking the best player in the draft. I don't think I'm taking a quarterback.
No,
Well,
on to the Browns.
actually-
Oh, my bad.
But
Sorry.
what are you doing?
For the Titans,
Yeah.
If I get the first overall pick on the Titans, I'm choosing
take
one of the
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah. If I'm not the first pick, I'm not taking a quarterback. If I'm the Titans, and I'm the first pick. I'm taking a
I'm
quarterback.
choosing who I want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still trade back.
All right. Now the Browns. The Browns is a little different because either last week or earlier this week, the Browns and Deshaun Watson came to an agreement for a restructure of the deal. I don't know the details of it. I'm
don't know
assuming
if
it's
I will.
significantly cheaper than what it was. If you're the Browns, you have the first overall pick. What are you guys doing?
I'm taking a quarterback for sure. That's the reason they've been bad this year is their quarterback. They don't have a quarterback, so like they could go out and if they have Deshaun Watson next year, they're not going to sign a quarterback probably. But again, I feel like they could bring in competition for Deshaun Watson, but I don't think he's ever getting back to the player he was. So I would probably, if I'm the first pick of the Browns, if I'm a first pick for any of these teams, other than the Patriots, I'm taking a quarterback.
This is the one team where I think you can take a quarterback because unlike the other two teams, they have weapons already around the quarterback position. Why not take a chance on a Cam Ward or if I'm the Browns, I'm not going to get too in depth about which quarterback I think is better because I haven't watched fully to the extent of what I want to watch of them, but schematically, I think Cam Ward fits really nicely in that offense with Stefanski. He can throw from a bunch of different arm angles. He's a big-time deep ball thrower. Like, him and Jerry Jeudy could be electric.
I feel you. I view the Browns exactly the same way I view the Titans. Like, if I'm there at 1, I'm taking my future quarterback. You know what you have on your roster. Like, you know what you're getting out of Deshaun Watson. You know what you're getting out of Will Levis. So, like, I view them as equal. If I'm the Browns, I have the first overall pick. I'm choosing my future quarterback.
The other thing is like, by the time that rookie quarterback would be ready for another contract, the Deshaun deal is done.
I was about to say, I'm happy you brought that up because I was about to say something. If I'm the Browns, I don't even know if I want Deshaun on the roster anymore. Do I want my quarterback learning from Deshaun Watson?
Well, I think that's
The NFL P. Diddy? The Daniel Jones of Bill Cosby's? Do I really want that for my young, rising quarterback? I don't think so.
I think that's the problem, though, is that if they were to cut him, it would make it worse. Like, money wise.
I don't care. You do exactly what the Broncos did this past season. You just have to eat that dead cap. I know it sucks, but it's worked out for them. You just might have to eat that dead cap.
I just think Bo Nix has turned out to be a lot better than everybody was anticipating him to be.
And what if Cam Ward and Shador ends up being pretty solid?
Could happen.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm the Browns, I think you just whatever dead cap you eat. Maybe look for potential traders. I doubt anyone will be interested, but you never know. If no one's interested in trading, just eat the dead cap.
Who else would the Browns even take?
What you mean?
If they didn't go quarterback?
Yeah, who else would they need? What do they need more than a quarterback? I don't.
This is the same thing.
Receiver. I don't know.
O line would probably be.
O line would probably be the best in my.
But they're not taking him at 1.
I agree.
McMillan and Jerry Jeudy would be pretty cool, but again, not taking him at 1.
But that's what I'm saying. If I'm at 1, I'd rather get my franchise quarterback than trade back.
I think.
And deal with this.
Obviously, if you're the Browns and you're not taking a quarterback, it's going to be Travis Hunter. I think that's everybody. Because even no matter what way we put it, what team it is, regardless what team it is, if they aren't drafting a quarterback, number 1, more than likely they're taking Travis Hunter.
Probably.
Correct.
As of now, that's what it seems like.
Because even if we want to say, oh, I think this dude's a good player, there's no one else in his draft class that I'm like, yeah, I could see him going number 1. Do you have anybody in mind?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I think Travis Hunter would be the number 1 pick for any team.
Unless,
even if you're the Broncos and you have the best corner in the league on your team, I'm taking Travis Hunter.
I feel like one of those edge rushers could really go.
I was
in the
about
top
to
3
say
after a combine or a pro day.
I'm a big fan of Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter,
and he's playing. I mean, he didn't even play in the game last night. He got hurt at halftime.
Yeah.
So
I can see him being a top 3 pick.
He's a dog.
He's good. But yeah, outside of really him and the quarterbacks and Travis, I don't see anybody else in the top 2 or 3.
I agree.
Yeah, unless one of the tackles just
which
I
doubt.
Crazy combine, or one of them runs under a 4.9.
All right. So what's our final answer for the Browns? I said I'd choose a quarterback first overall.
Yeah, I'm choosing a quarterback as well.
I'm taking a quarterback.
All right. To the Giants, full circle from where we began. If you are the Giants' first overall pick, who are you choosing? What are you doing?
If I'm the Giants, I think if you're picking at 1, you have to take a quarterback. There's nobody else that we can take right now that's going to change, that can put us on an upward trajectory of being a good team in a couple of years. If we take a quarterback now and we hit on a quarterback, all we need to do is surround him with weapons and free agency, or even just our GM is known for having pretty good drafts. So at least in the later rounds,
he was a part of drafting Josh Allen.
And all of our players that have been pretty good this year, Andrew Phillips, Tyrone Tracy, all those guys, Malik Neighbors. I mean, I still kind of wish that, we couldn't, but I wanted Joe Alt, honestly. But I just feel like the Giants this is the year that they need to take a quarterback. While you're picking as high as you are, they're always picking outside the top 5 somehow. If we somehow beat the Eagles, and I think we moved down
that
to
would warm my heart.
I think we might move down to 8 or 9.
That would warm my heart
if we beat the Eagles.
Eagles.
So that just kills this. That just kills the future of the Giants at that point. Unless we trade our entire draft to get up to 1.
I think regardless, if the Giants were to take a quarterback, specifically the Giants, if the Giants take a quarterback, we're not going to find out if this quarterback is good this year. We're not.
I think the Giants are going to sign a quarterback too.
Yeah, but I don't think it's worth it. If you have the number 1 pick and you sign a you're telling me the number 1 pick in the draft isn't going to start. When's the last time the number 1 pick in the draft?
Unless, and I said this a little earlier in the video, I think Cam Ward should sit a year, and he's my QB1.
Yeah, but if you have the 1 or the 2, and you draft Shador and Cam 1, 2, that's probably right now what's going to happen. We don't know for sure, but
we'll see. But
I also don't really trust Brian Daboll with a quarterback. No, but that's why number 1, I want Brian Daboll gone after this.
But going back to what I was saying, the Giants have so many holes on that team that whatever quarterback they take could be good in 3 years. We're not going to know if they're good next year.
I get your point.
They're going to show flashes because that's not a team. That's not a complete team.
Well, you're not expecting any team with the first overall pick to really be good.
Although I do think that the only other realistic option I feel like for the Giants is taking Travis Hunter, just because our defense is honestly one really good corner away from being a good defense.
I
don't know
do
why.
at quarterback.
That's the thing. Like, we're gonna have to tank again.
No,
DeVito?
I don't even know why we're having this conversation because it's Shador. Shador has already said he's going to the Giants.
And he also wore Giants cleats.
Like he's,
I don't care
and
what
ever since he
Shador
wore
says.
the Giants cleats, his trajectory has just gone down.
I don't care what Shador says. If they're at 4, and probably not the Patriots, but if the
He
Giants
will
or
tell-
Browns,
They will tell them, "Do not draft me. I will
don't
not
think
play
they.
for you."
I don't think
they
that's
care.
gonna happen.
I do.
I
I don't
He's
think
literally
they care.
said that's what he'll do.
I literally do
But
not
why would
think
you
they
want to play for the
care.
Giants that bad?
Because it's New York City and you have all the light on you. If you're a good,
Which is why you would want to
but
even
we
more.
haven't
Wait, no,
seen
hold
it.
on.
We
You're
ha-
Deion
hold on.
Sanders' kid. You already have all the lights
Yeah.
on you. It doesn't matter that you're in New York City.
Hold on a second. We haven't had a good quarterback in New York, either team, in the past how many years? Probably.
Eli was good.
Eli was good. Okay, I mean he won.
He was alright.
He was.
He was good in
was
like
okay.
2007.
What was the biggest news over the past 2 seasons
Aaron Rodgers coming.
to the Jets?
Yep.
Has he been good?
Aaron Rodgers was also 40 years old coming off a torn ACL.
I know.
Like,
But he was 2-time MVP coming off of that stuff.
it doesn't matter. He was 40 years old. Like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Imagine Deion Sanders' son, the number 1 pick in the draft, going to the New York Giants. That's all anybody's going to be talking about.
yeah.
If you don't watch football,
It's Deion's son. It doesn't
I know,
matter
but
where
if
he goes.
if he goes
it's
to the
what-
Tennessee Titans,
I
no
don't.
one's
I
gonna
don't
care.
think that he's gonna pick the team that he wants to.
He's
go to.
definitely-
I
I
don't think
promise you, a
that's gonna
GM's not going to care.
He won't play for them. That's
And
exactly what Eli did.
It doesn't
happen. I don't
matter.
think that's gonna happen.
Why?
It doesn't matter.
He's
I just-
literally said
doesn't
Deion.
matter.
Deion
no.
has said.
I've seen clips
matter.
saying that he doesn't care where he goes.
Deion has said, "I
I'm
will have a
letting
say
you
in where
know
my
if
son
a
goes."
team if the Giants get the 4th overall pick and the team is willing to trade up to the 1st overall pick and say, "Hey, we want Shador," I promise you, both Shador and Deion will be like, "Okay," like, yeah, that's cool.
His son's still going.
I promise you, they're not gonna say no to dropping down to 4 to the Giants.
I think it might happen.
It's not. Gonna
Why would you wear Giants cleats to your bowl game?
Because it's Shador. He does what he
Yeah.
wants. He doesn't.
Exactly. You
I
don't
can't
think
believe
if
he
he
did
wants
that.
to play for the Giants that he
Doesn't
wouldn't
matter.
say, "Hey,
Doesn't matter.
don't draft me." You literally just said he does what he wants. He'll say,
Yeah.
"Don't draft me. I want to
And
play
I'm
for the
telling you,
Giants."
a GM will say, "I do not care."
Why would you want him if he doesn't even want to play for you?
Guess what? Eli Manning did the same thing, and what happened? He still got drafted by the Chargers. Now there ended up being a trade
Yeah,
afterwards.
because he said, "I'm literally not going to play for you." If you,
and the GM could say, "I literally do not care. You will play for us."
he doesn't have to.
All right, that's cool. We'll see
And-
what
and
happens.
then
I'm telling you, that's
would,
not going to happen.
He would wait till they
I-
cut him and then sign with that team.
I
he
don't-
wants to
I
So
play
don't
for.
he's cool with just sitting out for 4 years.
No, he just will not show up. Why would you keep a guy that's not going to show up? They're going to cut him, and then he'll just go play wherever
I'm
he wants.
telling you, Shador and Deion can say whatever they want. If a team wants him that bad, they're going to take him.
I agree.
I would almost do it on purpose. Hear me out for a second.
This is about to be the
If
dumbest
you were the
thing.
Titans,
This is about to be
if
stupid.
you're the Titans and you know he wants to play for the Giants, you're taking him with that pick regardless, because if the Giants know that if the Giants know you don't even really want him, but they want him that bad,
Then you have
and
no
he
leverage.
wants to play there,
Then you have no leverage.
you can hold him for 4 years and
But
just
then,
eat
like,
that money.
That literally contradicts everything you just said 2 minutes ago.
No, but I'm saying you could
Then he
demand a
won't play.
first-round pick
Then he won't
Yeah,
play.
you
for
just said he
4
won't
years.
play.
And
But
then
you,
why
but
would the
you
Giants
won't.
want
You
him at
won't
that
have any
point?
leverage.
Why would the Giants want him at that point if 4 years from
Because
now?
no, they wouldn't do that.
That's what I'm
That's just
saying.
not realistic. That's not
That's
gonna
what I'm
happen.
saying.
Because then they could demand a first-round pick from the Giants and say, "Hey,
Like,
the
you're
only
not
reason you're
getting
gonna
one.
get the
And
only
the
way you're
Giants
gonna
also
get
would
him,
be like, I'm good. Like I don't want to. I don't
not
want
if
to do
it's
that.
that mutual. If the
No,
Giants want
it
him,
makes
that,
no
It
sense.
sounds like it's that mutual right now that the
It makes
Giants
no
want him that
sense.
bad and that he wants to play for the Giants that bad.
How does this sound mutual from the Giants? The Giants have the
Yeah,
Giants,
have said nothing.
That's what I'm saying. The Giants haven't said anything. Well, the Giants don't even like him. The Giants can easily look at the film and be like, "No, Cam Ward is better. We will do anything for Cam Ward." What if the Giants are saying that right now?
Okay.
Then
puts
that
him in a
entire thing's out the
really-
window.
So what are the Giants doing with the first pick?
Taking a quarterback.
They need to take a quarterback.
Yeah,
they should
there's
take
there's
Cam
nothing
Ward
else that
if they have the first overall.
there's nothing
pick.
else they're gonna do. There's no other choice.
That sounded better in my head.
Yeah,
before
I
it.
just- said it was
just
gonna be
think before
dumb.
we speak.
Yes, please. Thank you. Best guess we've ever had. On to new
Who
news.
is he again?
I don't know.
Go back
we
to
actually just found him.
Go
on
back
the
to our
shirt.
last episode. You know.
Yes.
Our.
Yes.
This is our show. You're a guest.
I said our.
This is our show. You are a guest.
Go back to their show
There you go.
Yes, good point. You should.
where I
check
was
previous.
starring on their last episode twice.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Beloved commies. Ah, where do I begin? What do you think I should talk about when it comes to my commies?
I don't know.
I
That
do.
you
All
guys
right,
got
I have a
super
question for
lucky?
you. I have a question for you. Who is your offensive rookie of the year if you had to vote right now?
Jade Daniels.
Okay, just making sure you had a brain.
I mean, I think everyone would say Jade Daniels right now.
Thank you. All right,
Who else is?
let me go.
Bo Nix
On my
is the only
rants.
other. No, I don't even think it's Brock Bowers at this point.
I think Brock Bowers is probably second. Yeah. Let me go on my little rant.
Go ahead.
I honestly don't even know what I'm gonna say. All
I
right.
do. Michael Penix is better.
You know what? I will start there. And I kind of brought up before. These rookie quarterbacks look 5 for 5, man. Like,
Penix is the
I'm
real
still
deal.
And
not a big Penix fan.
Why?
dude,
He made some big time throws in that game.
Dude.
And he was just missing. He could have had an all-time game in that
Dude.
game. He barely
and
missed a
I'll
couple
I'll
throws.
give you credit. And I was a
I was
Penix
telling
fan.
you.
I wanted to see the Penix get flashed.
Mhm.
I did.
They got to flash it more.
They do.
They should have been a way earlier.
Yo, he's
Pause.
legit. I think I have a prediction. Washington and Atlanta is a future rivalry.
Probably.
Dude, that was a good game.
You saw what happened after the
I
game was
never
over,
had
right?
such little fun watching my team win. That was not fun. That was not fun to watch. I
Now you
nearly
know how I feel with Josh and
had a
against
stroke
Pat.
several times.
It's literally like Josh and
Back-to-back
and,
weeks.
and again,
That was
I'm not
not
trying to
fun.
make this comparison that this is going to be the new Josh and Pat, but that's how it feels when you're watching that.
That was not fun to watch.
That's how it feels for me
When the
watching
Falcons had
Bills
the
against
ball,
Chiefs.
were you like worried about Michael Penix? Like, is it? to
Yes,
that
I
level?
was more worried about Bijan. I'm gonna be like we couldn't stop him in the first half, but that final drive, it's not necessarily I was worried about Michael Penix per se. I was worried about our DBs because our DBs suck. Like, if we had Marshall Lattimore, I think they don't score that final touchdown. Michael Davis might be worse than Benjamin St. Juste.
He's awful.
And I want him to.
He's awful.
He is.
Michael Davis is terrible.
He's awful.
Yeah, he just said that.
Bring back St. Juste.
How many commies DBs have been by you?
If it was my choice, just the one. Look. Bravo, commies. Bravo, Jaden. Jaden Daniels.
Jaden.
Where do I even begin? Have you seen the TikToks of people talking about LeBron?
Mm-hmm.
That Jaden's my LeBron.
I don't know
My
what you're talking
LeBon
about
Bon.
right now.
Like,
Because it was his birthday. It was
was
LeBron's
his birthday.
and everyone was going crazy about it.
everyone thinks Commanders fan. No one's seen the picture. Like, no one's seen the big picture. We're not freaking out because the team is good. This team's not good. Like, the Commanders are not a good team. We're really not. Without Jaden Daniels, we're at 3 wins. I promise you. We're competing for the first overall pick without Jaden Daniels. I promise you that. This kid is unreal. He's not normal. He's not real. He is out of this world amazing. Like, I cannot say enough great things about Jaden Daniels. I came in with very high expectations this year, and he has surpassed everything we could have ever wanted out of him. Like, this kid's a superstar, and he's only a rookie. That's why we're really excited. Like, are we going to go to the Super Bowl this year? Most likely not. Like, I'm hoping to win at least one playoff game. We'll see what happens there. But just knowing that this is our guy for the next decade, and he's only scratching the surface, like, I think when it comes between
You
him
really
and,
think?
I think he could get better than this. Because he's
How,
mid,
but like how much better?
I think
Because
he could
he's
get
already
pretty-
what, a 70% completion percentage guy,
Yeah.
right?
without
How many
real weapons,
touchdowns?
though. Without real weapons, though. He's a real weapon.
I mean, it's more the offense though. Of
Imagine
completion
him with a
percentage.
receiver 2 and a tight end that's not 40 years old. And an
Is that-
O-line that's more
I don't
consistent.
understand.
I think Zach Ertz is pretty good.
He comes
No.
He dropped. He had 2
I mean,
touchdowns
people
this week.
drop
He
balls.
could have had 3.
People drop balls.
He drops them 2 consistently.
He's
a ball
35
dropper.
years old.
Who are your other receivers?
Pushing 40. Oh, I'm so happy you brought it up, dude. You know who?
Zacchaeus.
He had a great game.
Zacchaeus,
It
I don't
got-
know why you guys hadn't been playing him all year.
He dropped a ball in 4th down. I thought before the Titans.
yeah.
Dude,
No,
that
wait,
scared
before the
me.
Titans.
But my bad, before the Falcons.
Oh, yeah, no,
ended
that should
up-
have been a first down and end of the game, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Jaden has to deal with that on a weekly basis. Now, luckily, the kicker missed the kick, and it didn't really matter. But can you imagine if the kicker
I
made
know
it?
for sure you thought he made it.
Yeah.
Riley Patterson has it on the way. It's on line. Is it long enough? No.
Oh yeah.
before he even kicked it, when they threw the flag on Michael Davis to say he was holding, and they moved up to like the 30-yard line, I was like, it's over. Like we were.
What was your initial reaction when you saw that ball go straight, like
I,
directly?
I,
It was
I
perfect.
was literally just saying it's over. Like, I kept saying like, it's over.
I
Like, we're done.
literally
We lost.
was watching. I was like, oh well, this one's over, and I was like, wait, that was 10 yards short.
Even when it dropped, I was like, I can't believe
That
we
was an
just
awful
lost that
kick.
way. And then I saw the
wasn't-
refs do this.
It was
I'm
like a 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, it
it
wasn't.
was
that
like a
bad.
54
That's insane.
yarder. Yeah.
He couldn't even make. That wouldn't have been good.
You know what's funny? Riley Patterson.
Earlier
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
the
say
year.
you guys had him right.
We had him and cut him.
It was when you guys had Seibert.
He was before Cyber. He was
Yeah.
on our preseason team.
Yeah.
And we kicked him off because he sucks, obviously. I think Jaden can still improve. Like, there's still things that you're like, okay, a rookie would do that. Like that interception. That's not necessarily on Jaden. That
Play. Like, did you see how it happened? Like, there was like a fake.
and they ended up rotating. Like, it was a really good play by the defense. He threw a pick, and it's like, rookies make those mistakes.
Do you think he holds the ball too long?
At times, there's definitely times where I'm like, all right, like, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I think he could get better because he still makes rookie mistakes.
But that's
Like,
what I'm
as he
saying,
should,
like,
he's a
in
rookie.
terms of, like, I get, like,
Just being
saying
smarter
he
with
could
the
be
ball.
better.
Being smarter with
I
the
know, but
ball.
how many picks has he had?
He's at like 6 or 7. Good question. I think he's between 6 and 8.
I know, but like, the best quarterbacks in the league have between 6 and 8 picks.
Yeah, and he's
So-
gonna have fewer because he's better than all. He's at 9. So
Oh,
take
wow.
that down to like 5 or 6.
I didn't know
That's
he
a
had
good
that
improvement.
many picks.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
He's
the
a rookie.
picks you could say, but I mean, like,
being smarter with the ball,
play.
knowing when to throw the ball away, reading defenses a little better.
And stop taking huge hits.
Yeah, like knowing when to slide.
do you still think 5 years from now, Jaden's the best quarterback from that class?
Yes,
You
1,000%. I
Yeah,
think
I do too.
because why not?
I don't.
Who would be better?
I think Caleb.
I
think-
respect it.
I don't disagree with that. I just think Jaden's already like. I just think that he's.
He's putting him MVP
And I mean,
numbers with the lackluster.
There's nothing I can see him
I'm-
doing now that's going to regress.
He's only going to get better.
Yeah.
I don't think regress is the right word. I think this is his game.
I disagree.
I think this is how he's going to be,
I disagree.
which is awesome. He's a really good
I mean, you
quarterback.
saw him get better every single year in college.
yes.
Yeah, and now he's at this. Do you think he was
He's
better?
getting better every
think he
week
was
in the
this-
NFL.
No, he regressed midseason.
Oh my god, on a 3-game losing streak
Yeah.
where the entire team and coaching staff was awful. I don't know what it was with those 3 weeks. For whatever reason, like the coaching staff
Would you
wasn't-
say he played good football?
No, I'm not defending him at all.
No, but that's what I'm saying is he didn't really.
No, those 3 weeks
He's had ups and downs. It hasn't been, oh my god, each week he's
I
gotten
tell
better
you
and
what,
better and better and
I
better.
tell
and
you
better.
what though, even with the other 2 losses we've had this year, what is that? I can't do math. Those 13 other games, he's played well, even with the losses. Like,
But that's
that's
the only
I'll
point
take
I'm trying to
3 bad games out of the entire year of a rookie than the alternative.
That's the only point I'm trying to make is I think that's what he's gonna be.
Hmm.
Like he's already really good. You can't really get much better than that.
Oh, he will.
How? He's gonna
I
have
just
an
told you.
85% completion percentage.
Why not? It's Jaden. When 5 is in, anything can happen.
I think this is
I
what.
can't
And,
believe this
and
is my
again, I'm
quarterback.
not hating on Jaden Daniels. I'm not
Sounds
saying
like you are.
I'm not at all. I think he's a really good quarterback, but this is what he's gonna be.
I'll take it. Even if this
that's
is
what
what
I'm
he's going to
saying.
be, I'll take it.
Caleb can get significantly better.
I agree. Yeah.
So that's why I think Caleb is going to be
I
the best
still
quarterback
think
in 5 years.
Jaden. I think Jaden will just keep improving.
Why?
He's a student of the game, and that's what I love about him as well. Like, he shows up to the facility at 4:30 every single morning. He does. Dude, the players have talked. What do you mean, okay, you don't see that out of rookies? How many other rookies do you hear that out of?
I don't
Why?
Because there's not.
But why is Caleb like? Why do you think Caleb's gonna get better, but Jaden won't?
Because Caleb is making the dumb mistakes right now, and he has shown.
So that's why he'll get better.
I mean, yeah, Jaden doesn't really do that right now.
There's
Well, if he's not
definitely
making
time.
mistakes, that's not his fault. He's not making mistakes.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think Jaden is where he's at. This is Jaden. Like, I think he's already he was the oldest court not besides Michael Penix.
And Bo Nix.
Scoot back a tiny bit. I can't see.
Bo
Angel.
Nix is older, I'm pretty sure.
Well, definitely Bo Nix too, but
That's what I'm saying.
Jaden Daniels was a 5-year college player, right?
Yeah.
Like, he had that extra. Caleb was in college for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's got 2 less years of college experience.
And I'm not disagreeing. I think Caleb can get better. I'm not disagreeing. But
I just think
to
Caleb
think
has so
Jaden
much
is
more.
all of a sudden
No.
just going to stop improving.
That's not what I'm saying. I think he's already that good where this is his game. I just don't see how much more he can improve.
Okay, I kind of get what you're saying. All right. I think Caleb's leap could be bigger
And
than
I think
Jaden's
it could
leap,
be
but it's-
higher than Jaden's game.
I disagree.
You don't think Caleb Williams could be a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels?
I'm not saying it's impossible, but from what I've seen of Jaden, this dude will be the face of the NFL in a few
Caleb
years.
can make almost every single throw.
In what way will he improve? Other like because he's not
He doesn't have
he's not faster than Jaden.
He doesn't have an offensive line. Literally has no offensive line. The same thing, like we haven't talked about it really, but me and Angel have talked about it off the show, that Shador gets a lot of hate for holding the ball too long, but he kind of has to because he has no offensive line.
Yeah.
That's what Caleb has to do right now. And that's what he got hate for in college because his offensive line wasn't great in college either. So he just did what he was used to, and it worked for him in college. So why would you not do it in the NFL?
Look, I expect all 5 quarterbacks to be the face of their franchise. Like I think right now the rookie quarterbacks are 5 for 5. And I don't know. I agree. I do expect Caleb to take a big leap. I agree.
If you can get him
I
two
just-
solid offensive
From
linemen,
what I've seen from Jaden
can you name one of the offensive linemen on the Bears?
Jenkins,
Darnell Wright.
Jenkins and
Darnell
Darnell
Wright.
They
Wright.
both suck.
Okay, so we're going.
Darnell Wright sucks.
Yes.
And like, how does that? What does that have to do with Jaden not improving?
Huh?
What does that have to do with Jaden not improving as well?
I don't know how many times you want me to say it. I think Jaden is already good. Like, I just don't see how
So why can't he get better? It's not making sense why he can't.
Because
get better.
statistically, it's almost impossible to be better.
He's gonna get better.
How?
Because it's Jaden Daniels, the Messiah, the Savior, the true hero. He's gonna find a way to just improve. He's a student of the game. Like the coaches and veterans on the team cannot stop talking about just how much work he puts in and just how much he's learning from everything. Why wouldn't he just drastically improve? Not drastically, but like, why wouldn't he take that next step?
All right, now let me switch lanes a little bit. How scared are you if Cliff Kingsbury is your offensive coordinator next year?
You know what? It looks like the second half Cliff wasn't really a thing. Those 3 games, how?
I'm not saying in terms of like it is a thing, but I think he is a very like easy read offense to figure out.
Well, he's gotten us 11 wins, the first time since 1991. So, you know what? If that's easy to read and we're still getting double-digit wins, I'll take it. I do not care. Go ahead, try to read the defense. We got double-digit wins.
But it's the same thing. I'm not saying it is the same thing, but it's kind of alluding back to what you were saying about the Niners earlier.
Yeah.
Of just saying like, well, you see where that's gotten
That's different.
them.
We've had years of this. This is our first time seeing Cliff Kingsbury as an OC in the NFL. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I guess so.
And if it is a pattern where we just can't take that next step, then yeah, then we'll have questions about, all right, what's the deal? Why are we not taking that next step? Is it because of Cliff? But as of now, this offense is historically amazing. So we're going to keep rolling with it. If teams they think they could predict it, go ahead and think all you want. Bottom of the line is this is the most wins we've had since the 90s. We're going on to the playoffs. If it wasn't for the Eagles being really good, we would have won the division. Yeah, no. Keep everyone. Keep everyone.
Okay. Anything else you want to add about the Commanders?
Just please.
Do
win
you
a
think
playoff
there's a
game.
realistic chance they make the Super Bowl?
realistically, no. In my wildest dreams, yes.
Who right now are they playing? Is it already set?
The Rams. I think
It's
we could
set?
beat the Rams.
Is it set?
No, if it's weird. If we win this week, guaranteed we play the Rams. I hope we don't play any starters. I'm good with dropping to the 7th. Like,
And then you would play,
we'd play
Eagles.
Philly. Yeah,
or no, you wouldn't.
if we drop to 7, yeah.
This is saying if the Eagles win, right?
They're already locked at 2. They can't go any higher. Or
because
lower.
they're all in the same division.
Yeah.
That's right. Or conference. No, they're in the same division. The guys that are fighting
Do
for
the,
one.
do the Vikings have number 1 right now?
So this is what's gonna make Sunday night very interesting.
It's the Lions.
Lions, Vikings. Winner gets the 1 seed. Loser gets the 5th.
Yeah. I almost think I'd rather have the 5th.
I want the bye.
Yeah.
Give me the bye.
No, what am I talking? I was thinking of it as in like college football rules.
no.
This is not. See, the 12-team playoff is working because I'm thinking about playoffs differently.
Yeah, realistically, I don't think we make the Super Bowl, but when 5 is in, you never know. When 5 is in, you do not know what
That'd be
could
the first rookie ever.
Yeah,
Rookie quarterback ever.
and he's been the first rookie to do a dozen of things, so we'll see what happens. I think if Marshawn Lattimore isn't healthy to play in any of the games, I don't think we win a single game. I don't think we could win a game without Marshawn Lattimore.
You don't think you can win a game without Marshawn Lattimore?
Not in the playoffs. Like, who's going to cover Puka? Ain't no one going to
Michael
cover him.
Davis. He's having 300 yards. Just wait. It's going to happen.
I'm good.
It's going to happen. So just wait for it. I mean, has it kind of been disappointing that Marshawn Lattimore's played one game?
Yes and no, because, like, would I like to see him play
Because
more games?
what I was going to say is I kind of feel you on that. Amari Cooper hasn't done.
Yes, I would like to see him play.
However, that trade was really made for the future. Like, he's still
He's got
he
3
still has
years.
2 more years out
2
of his
years.
contract. So, like, does it suck he's only played one game? Yes, but, like, that's gonna help out for the next 2 years.
And I mean, you've
significantly.
already got a playoff spot, so
exactly
why does he
exactly
need to play?
So, like, yeah, it
Save him
sucks,
for the
but at the
playoffs?
same time, like, it could be worse.
because I think that's how the Bills are.
I'd rather have him. I'd rather be in the situation we are in now than not have him on the roster at
I think
all.
last week was a little showing of the Bills are like, hey, don't forget we have Amari Cooper on our team.
Yeah.
We just aren't really playing him right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Bills,
I was like, speaking of your team, where are you at right now with them?
I know we've been over this 100 times, and we'll go over it 100 times more. I truly think this is the year the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Who are you guys set to play first round?
It's either going to be the Broncos or it's either the Broncos or the Bengals.
This dude still
I
thinks
am
the AFC is better.
I am
What are we
praying.
No, this year the NFC is
I'm
better.
The
praying.
NFC is so much better than the
I'm
AFC this year.
praying it's not the Bengals.
You think you
I
guys
don't
could
think-
lose to the Bengals?
I don't think any team wants to play the Bengals.
I'll play the Bengals. I'll play. Yes, give me
You
the
guys
Bengals.
played them when they were nobodies at the beginning of the year.
That's fine.
The Bengals are, if they make the playoffs, they are winning a game in the playoffs. That would be
So
my
let's say
bold
hypothetically, Bills
I would be
Bengals
scared to
first
play
round.
them. I'd be scared to play them.
Well,
Our defense is that bad. Like, I don't think there would.
that's
be,
why I kept telling you,
there would
dude.
be a single.
Your defense is sus.
I never said it wasn't.
But I'm just saying those are my reasons why I think you guys aren't.
I know,
gonna win
but
it this
I
year.
think that we're
matter how much
so
fun you
good
guys are having.
offensively. We're so good offensively that the only reason we lost to the Rams is because they didn't punt the ball once. We punted the ball one time. We didn't score on one possession. We lost.
yeah,
That's sad.
I
the
know.
defense is sus. Dude.
But I
telling
also
you.
think the Rams just matched up really good. But it's also the same way that the Bengals would match up. They have 2 really good receivers and a good quarterback.
I still think
And have a solid run game.
I think my Bills season prediction will come true. I think you guys win the wild card. Iffy on the divisional, you guys are not getting past the AFC Championship game.
I really think this is our year. I think the only team that I would be scared to play in the playoffs are the Ravens. And I mean, the Bengals were to somehow make the wild card. But the Ravens are the worst matchup for our team because we can't stop the run at all. And Lamar's a good quarterback that can make the passes. Like,
Now, are you afraid? Would you want to face the Chiefs in the playoffs?
yes.
Do you think you could beat them?
Yes.
Playoff Patrick Mahomes is different.
I understand.
And you guys were their only loss of the season. They're pretty pissed off about that.
Beat us again.
And it would be at Arrowhead.
Beat us.
I like the confidence. I think you guys will lose that one, but I like the confidence.
What makes you... I understand that it's the Patrick Mahomes is different in the playoffs. Like, that's the narrative.
Yeah.
But what truly makes you think that?
I just told you.
Like,
What
that's
makes
just-
me think he's different in the playoffs?
No, what truly makes you think that they could beat us?
Because it's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
And
I
it's-
mean,
the
like,
Chiefs,
but
the
that-
Chiefs are still winning their games.
But that's
too.
legitimate. It's like saying what makes you think Tom Brady could beat you in the playoffs. It's like, well,
But there is a legitimate
Look at his
case
history.
that the Chiefs could have 10 wins this year.
all right, and there's a legitimate case they could go for a three-peat this year. So, like, what
I
are
know,
we
but,
talking
like,
about?
We're talking about this season of football.
Yeah.
They haven't been good this year.
They're the 1 seed.
I understand
They're not
that,
good.
but they haven't been good.
15 wins. They're not good.
Is this the worst Chiefs team we've ever
Last
seen?
time I checked, 15 is bigger than 13.
That's what Elmo is wondering about today. Wait for it. Wait for it. Candy!
Stat-wise, they're not the worst.
Stat-wise,
This is
they're
their,
better
one of their
than you
best.
guys.
This is one of their best years ever.
Stat-wise.
Well, record-wise, I mean.
Record-wise, they are better than you guys.
15-1.
Okay. So let me get this straight. I'm about to swing this around on you guys.
Huge swing.
Record matters.
In the playoffs. Or, like, at this point of the season, yeah. Because it's who's in the playoffs, who's not.
Okay. So then Josh Allen's MVP.
How?
I didn't say
He's got
he
a better record than Lamar.
And I'm not
I
necessarily
still think Josh
disagreeing.
Allen's record for MVP.
But if
He's
we're
got a
talking
better
about,
record
but
than
if we're talking
Lamar.
about numbers, Lamar
got a
has
better-
the better numbers.
We literally just said.
Well, if we're talking about record,
better
then,
numbers
all right,
than
then
Josh Allen and
wouldn't Pat Mahomes
No.
be the MVP if
No.
we're talking record? You
No.
just said record?
You did.
I'm saying.
You're the one that said.
Look,
record.
I'm saying, I'm bringing up history. I'm saying if it came down to the Chiefs,
But
and
if it
Bills,
came to stats, right? Josh has better stats than Pat, so why wouldn't Josh win?
Well,
in the
Joe
playoffs?
Burrow has the best stats.
and Lamar has better stats.
That's
so
why I
what
said
are we
I would be
talking about?
scared of playing the Bengals in the playoffs.
So Joe
Do
Burrow's
you,
MVP.
do you think you would win against the Bengals in the wild card?
I think we'd still win, but it'd be a very close game. I think that score would be like 42-40. Like it'll be a shootout.
What do you
it's
think's
snowing.
gonna happen to the Bengals?
Unless it's no. No, hold on. All right, yeah,
In the
finish
playoffs?
this, and then we can end it with what I'm.
The Bengals are...
The Bengals aren't.
I was talking about the Bills. What do you think the
Oh,
Bills
the
are going
Bills?
to do in the playoffs?
The Bills are going to build.
Yes, you
said that last
It's gonna, it's
What
gonna
do you
happen.
think?
It's gonna
every time. It's gonna
happen.
What do you
happen.
mean by that?
they're not going to
They're
get
not
the
gonna,
job
like,
done.
Yeah, they're going to lose in the AFC Championship to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl again, and they're going to beat the...
They might not even reach the AFC Championship.
I just wish
No,
you
they
guys had
Oh,
to
the
deal
Bills?
with what
Yeah.
we have to deal with every year.
What are you talking about?
I wish Pat Mahomes was in your division.
Why would I want Pat
conference.
Mahomes?
I mean, we had Aaron
I
Rodgers.
have
You have
Jaden
Aaron
We
Rodgers.
had Aaron Rodgers.
We
Aaron
have
Rodgers went to one Super Bowl.
No?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers went to one Super Bowl.
Pat's been to 4 of the past 5 Super Bowls.
But that's just because the NFC's better.
Okay, so why are we doubting him this year?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I wish you guys could have to deal with.
Why
what
would you
we
want to
have
wish
deal
that
with.
on us?
Because it sucks.
Sounds like you're a problem. Tell your
I
quarterback
was
to
about
play
to say,
better.
it sounds like a team issue.
Tell your quarterback to play
All right,
better.
I want to go back to the conversation. Who's the MVP?
Joe, no, sorry.
It's not
Well, I
a
mean,
bad
statistically
choice.
speaking,
It's not a bad choice.
Joe Burrow's MVP.
If you had a
you
vote
literally
right
just
now-
said that. You literally just said statistically speaking, Josh Allen's MVP. That is incorrect. It's Joe Burrow.
I said over Pat was what I was saying.
You were
Josh
saying
has better-
statistically as a
I said
whole.
I said
Alright,
as,
look,
against
look,
Pat,
look.
Josh has
If
better.
I
stats
was
than Pat.
forced to make a decision today, I would go with Josh Allen.
I mean,
How-
yeah, I'm going Josh Allen. too.
However, like
Why?
I think he has been more consistent throughout the year. Nothing against Lamar. Like I would not be mad or surprised if Lamar wins it because he's
I
played
would be.
amazing. I mean, of course you would be. You're biased, but like this has been Lamar's best year. Like
Okay. He
he's
already has
played.
two
This has been
amazing.
Josh's best year.
I get that.
He has 2, right? Lamar.
He has two. Yeah.
Okay.
So that means, realistically, she should win again.
he has a point.
This is the best year
he
he's
has
had.
a
He's
point.
won
If
2
he's
already.
won
This
2
is
already.
exactly
This
what I
is
wanted
best
you guys
one.
to
Why
say.
not make it
This
3?
is exactly what I wanted you guys to
But I
say,
told you I
right?
would go Josh. But yes,
Statistically
continue.
speaking, Lamar should win because he has the better stats,
What?
right?
No. Wait.
Lamar, the only reason Lamar's even in the conversation, right, is because he has better stats, right? Because he doesn't.
I don't
have a-
think that's the
because
only
he doesn't have a
reason
better
he's in.
record. He doesn't
And
have a
he
better record.
carries that offense.
I don't think you want to talk about.
So does
record.
Josh.
I don't think you want to
Literally,
talk about record.
do the Bills or the Ravens have better weapons?
Okay, you act like
No,
the
no, no,
Bills
no.
have
All right, this
no
isn't-
one.
That wasn't supposed.
You act like
I
the
know,
Bills
that
have
wasn't supposed
no
to be a
one.
big thing. That wasn't supposed to be a big like. Oh my God, I'm not bringing up a debate. Just answer yes or no.
Do the Ravens have better weapons than the Bills?
Yeah,
Yes.
Probably.
But
they have an 1,800-yard running back.
They also have a running back that has 16 touchdowns.
He has 900 yards.
16 touchdowns.
He has
What are we
900.
talking about?
He has 900 yards less than Derrick Henry.
He has 16 touchdowns. We're gonna act like that's
Because
not a big
Josh
deal.
drives him down the field and he gets a 3-yard touchdown.
We're not gonna act like that's not a big deal.
16
And look, I'm not
touchdowns.
disagreeing. Look, I literally have Josh.
Josh
Allen
has
as my
12
MVP.
rushing touchdowns.
Good for him.
Like, he has almost as many as their running back. Does Lamar have anywhere close to Derrick Henry's rushing touchdowns? No.
It's different
Why?
because it's King Henry. You just go feed him the ball.
Yeah.
What?
Like I.
If you're in the 10, if you're within
I
10
know.
Yeah,
that's-
if you're the Ravens, you're like not gonna feed him.
So what we're saying is this is Lamar's best year, right?
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden, now that they have Derrick Henry, is it his best year? Why wasn't he able to do this in years past? It's because he has
What
Derrick
do you mean
Henry.
not able to do this? Like it's
You just said
it's
this
his
is
best year, but like it's
Because
not like
he has Derrick
It's his
Henry.
only good year. Like
No,
he
but
has
this
two
is his
MVPs.
best year, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder why it got better. Because he has Derrick Henry behind him now.
That's cool. You don't think he's playing quarterback better this year than he has previously?
No, so that's what I was gonna say. Going back to last season, right? Lamar has better stats than Josh. Or this season, Lamar has better stats than Josh, right?
I believe so.
Statistically. Yeah,
Sure.
he has more passing touchdowns, more yards, and less picks.
So you're endorsing Lamar.
No, this is what I was gonna say, right? All those stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go back to last season. Josh had better stats in every category.
He wasn't as consistent.
So that's how you're gonna base MVP consistency.
That's why I'm choosing Josh
No,
Allen
I
this
know.
year.
I know, but that's why I'm saying I don't
So
understand.
what's the argument?
I don't understand. Well, the whole argument is
What's the argument? If we
No,
all
listen,
think Josh
I was
Allen's
literally just about to say.
like,
I was literally just about to say, I don't understand the case for Lamar.
You don't understand it?
No.
I don't.
I can
That's
I
crazy.
can understand Lamar, Josh.
Yeah, I understand the top
Joe-
4.
Saquon.
Saquon.
No.
I can understand Saquon.
Saquon.
You can
I would
understand
put-
Saquon, but not Lamar.
No, because he's not gonna break the record. He's not gonna break the record, so he's not gonna MVP. He doesn't deserve it.
But I can understand why he's in the discussion though.
I mean, yeah, but I don't.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's my whole point with you. You don't understand Lamar, but you understand Saquon.
I don't understand why it's not clear that Josh is the MVP.
Because
Because
has
you
been
two both
Lamar's-
just
I
said
don't
that.
say. I don't think it's clear. I think that he will. I think he should, but I don't think it's like a for sure.
I think
like,
it's really
clear.
close.
All right,
but
let
I
me
would
put
go
it
with
this way
Josh.
too. Josh has played in 4 less quarters than Lamar.
Yeah.
You don't think he could get some more stats in those whole game worth
What's
of
up with
quarters?
why-
Or he could throw more picks.
What happened to you not being a stat guy?
Or he could throw
Yeah.
more picks.
Yeah. Oh, very good point by our special guest.
Because then he would
you
have...
are so like on and off about.
You're
Oh,
not
but look at the
listening.
stats. But we're not
You're not
including stats.
listening to
What
what
about
I'm
the record?
saying.
We're not including.
Well,
the
if the
record.
whole thing of why Lamar should be winning it is because of his stats, Josh could have the same stats with 2 more wins.
he just doesn't have aura.
He does, and I don't. That is the craziest thing.
He
How many
does.
commercials Lamar Jackson in?
He's in a Gatorade commercial. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Josh is in like 3
Maybe
commercials.
Nike. Yeah.
Josh is in 3 commercials.
For what brand?
For
Every name,
what?
every single one of them.
Gatorade, Pepsi. He's in a Gladiator commercial.
Pepsi's
That is
awful.
so
fat boy
aura.
drinking soda.
Yeah, of course he is.
Fatty fat boy.
Lamar would never be drinking soda.
Lamar can never. Lamar is strictly healthy, water, Gatorades.
He gives
healthy
all of
boy.
his soda to Derrick Henry.
He does, big boy. You know what, Lamar for MVP? You just convinced me. Lamar's my MVP.
Because he's in a Gatorade commercial.
He has more aura.
He doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Joe Burrow has the most aura,
No, he doesn't.
for sure.
No, he does not.
Dude, Joe Burrow's probably the coolest quarterback. He has a hot lesbian girlfriend,
He is a hot lesbian.
which is why he has all that aura.
He's Ellen DeGeneres
Don't insult him like
and
that.
Macaulay Culkin.
Don't insult him like that. Either way, he convinced me. My MVP's Lamar.
Oh
Who's
my
your
God.
MVP?
It's still Josh.
It's Josh. It's been Josh the entire season. I said it before the season started. Josh is going to win MVP.
He's gonna win it. But it's also. I also think they're gonna
And
play.
going-
I think they're gonna play in the fact that Lamar also already has 2. So like
No.
it's just gonna be like it's gonna be like a gift, you know.
Going back.
It's gonna be like a gift. Like here you go.
Like a pity MVP. Should we? Put,
I know you ain't winning the Super Bowl, so I know y'all ain't winning the Super Bowl.
Should we put an asterisk next to his MVP
Yeah.
and just be like a participation?
That's an asterisk MVP.
Is an asterisk MVP. All right. You know what? I'm changing my vote back to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You keep changing my mind. Josh Allen's your MVP. We gotta make sure
MVP.
everyone participates.
MVP.
Absolutely. Anyone else got anything to say before we wrap this up?
Why does everybody hate Josh Allen?
No one hates Josh Allen.
Everybody hates Josh
Just
Allen.
that he doesn't.
No. Hold on.
He just
This
doesn't
is a
have aura.
legitimate question.
How long
Everybody
have we been running?
hates Josh Allen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everybody hates him.
Hate's a strong word.
Oh my God,
Hate
he's
is
the
a strong
MVP. And then all of a sudden, now we're getting bored of him. Let's have we're gonna have Lamar.
We just said Josh Allen's
Lamar
gonna win.
again.
We just said Josh Allen's gonna win.
Because you just change it and you want to put an asterisk next to it. That's literally.
I don't
like
make
Josh
the
Allen.
rules.
Well, we want to. It should happen, but
Yeah.
AFC Championship lose.
New York
Gotta
Giants
happen.
win, lose the first pick. We can't do anything.
But it's
I'm-
different. They
we're
don't have
both used to this.
standards.
Huh?
We're both used to this.
No, I'm not.
But
We
it's
win.
different. They
We
don't.
win and make
It's
the
different.
playoffs.
They didn't have expectations going into the year. Like they don't have expectations. Y'all do, and you don't reach it every single time.
They are nowhere near each other. The Bills have the best player in the NFL on their team.
The Giants will never have expectations.
Emotional, damn it!
Huh? Or you just ruined it. Never mind. That's exactly. They're nowhere near each other.
That's exactly my point, though. Like we're not hating.
You are.
Like no,
Why?
impossible.
Yes, you are.
No.
You just hate him because I like Josh Allen.
You can like him. He's
Yeah,
cool.
Why'd you like him?
He's cool. He's a good quarterback. He's the MVP.
He's an elite quarterback.
He's elite. Yeah. So how am I hating?
Okay.
All right. See you next week. We'll know if Josh Allen wins his asterisk MVP.
No, we won't.
We'll also know the exact matchups for.
We will not know if he wins MVP.
Until like February.
But I feel like by the end of the
He's not
end of
playing
the-
next week.
That's right. He's not.
I mean, they said he's going to play, but if he plays more than two
Would you
drives-
want him to play?
Not at all. We already have the two seed.
MVPs play every game.
Fair point.
Oh, so they can stat pad like Lamar
Fair
does?
point. Don't hate. Why are you hating on Lamar?
He
Why is
does.
everyone hating on Lamar?
Lamar's stat pads.
You know Joe Burrow ain't sitting next week.
Oh, I wonder why.
He gives it his all every week.
He has
exactly.
to make the playoffs first. That's why.
Yes,
Not
he will.
like the Bills where they can just sit and
Notice
not
how
have to worry
Saquon
about it.
and Josh Allen are both resting.
Yeah. How convenient. Very convenient. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry for
And luckily, this
This-
is the last week that he's going to be on the.
Not
Is it?
true. Not true.
not true. We still
Not
have
true.
our not combine, our draft special.
And next week.
Oh, he's coming next week.
There's going to be 7 people here. There's no
We'll
way.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
There might not be anything on this next
Yeah.
week. They're just going to be laying across the table.
Make sure you follow us on TikTok at PM Football Podcast. Follow us on Twitter as well at PM Football Podcast. Like, subscribe, share the video. You guys want to say?
And follow me on Twitter at JackPollock16.
Nice. Yes. See you next week. Thank you.